Hey everybody, Josh your RV Nerd here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan, and I've got a good one for you today. Comes in about 8,920 pounds. This is a brand new floor plan, the 32 RET Wildwood here at Haylett RV. And this is like a destination dream camper for a lot of people. Let's take a look with our floor plan in a flash, you'll see what I mean. So we've got triple slides. You have dual opposing living room super slides, the convertible Versa Lounge that you expect and love out of a Wildwood. But it also has a full, big, like fifth wheel style bedroom slide, big front closet, and a stackable, capable washer, dryer, prepped closet. You just don't normally find in this class. Factor in things like we've got her outfitted with dual air conditioners. It has a heated enclosed underbelly, and then add in factors like the strong arm stabilizer jacks and the MORryde kind of stable step that you're looking at over here. And you've got something that is going to be solid at a foundation, and that's where this one's going to be best used, I think. I'll try to always be fair, like I'll point out the highs and the lows. I don't think this is a good model to be towing with frequency. Wildwood makes tons of other things for it. Like I'll talk about the 27RE probably 100 times going through this video. Same living room, same bathroom, just not a bedroom slide. Lighter, less money, shorter, better for towing. This is one that you're gonna wanna like get a seasonal or park site for, leave it there, and if you don't have a tow vehicle, give us a call. We can get it delivered and set up there for you so you don't even got a monkey with buying a $60,000 truck to haul it. What's kind of cool is Wildwood actually sort of makes this one two ways. We're looking at the 32 RET, triple slide with a full bed slide. But if what you're looking for is something a little less expensive, a little lighter, and maybe a little shorter for towing, that's where the 27RE Wildwood really comes into play. Exact same living room, just no bed slide. It's a straight standard north-south bed. So I think if you're going to be towing and going, you want to look at the 27RE. If you want to be at a park or destination, you don't plan on towing a lot, maybe you want to throw a washer dryer into it, that's where this one comes into play. It's a flat deck fifth wheel floor plan, but it's one that's built a little bit more budget friendly. There's a lot to cover in these Wildwoods. I'm going to start getting going here. Good lighting package, and part of that are the accent lights above the slide outs. Very much like a North Point fifth wheel we'd have here at Haylett RV. They just have a bright white accent light up there, which you could turn off, but it makes for obviously good daytime lighting, even with the blackout shades drawn like we're looking at right here. This is full privacy mode. This is almost zero sunlight sneaking in. And folks, it's nice and bright and light in here, and it looks and feels good, and part of that is the 6'9" ceiling. These have a little bit taller ceiling. Now, you find a lot of that here at Haylett RV because that's a quality that we look for. We like to find things like this that have, a taller ceiling like Catalina's and all the J-Flights. We will often upgrade, especially a multi-slide Wildwood, to the larger 15,000 BTU air conditioner. Now, you have the option of building this floor plan with 50 amp service and then also adding a second air conditioner, and you will see that we have done that here. It's a big trailer, 3 slides, a lot of cubic foot of space, makes a lot of sense. The electric space heating fireplace, thankfully, is a standard feature though. You don't have to pay extra for that. And they leave that entertainment center nice and wide open so you can slot in whatever TV you please. And again, those blackout roller shades are doing a monster job for us. But when you want light, that's one of the reasons Wildwood actually doesn't tint their windows. I know some people, they aren't super enthused by that, but with a lack of window tint, you will actually get more lighting in here when the shades are open. So you have your choice between blackout and maximum sunshine in here. And you also see like the slide side windows in your Wildwoods, both here in the living room and the bedroom, open up for airflow, which is a great feature. The free-floating pushback recliners back here, this is interesting. This is one of the things that is a little bit different from the history of the 27RE Wildwood floor plan, the one that I mentioned previously. It used to have a little like sofa or something back here, and it had a pair of recliners over here. So you're going, why did they change it around? Well, the recliners are free floating, so if you want to flip them around and have like a panoramic view of, say, like a lake or something at your destination, it's really cool. But Wildwood has since introduced and standardized the use of this thing right here. Oop, I'm running into a wall. The Wildwood Versa Lounge. And this only does everything. If you want it in full-on lounge mode where you can lay down and watch TV, you've got it. There's storage totes below it. That bench right there that's closest to us, that kind of backer on the L lounge portion, can flip-flop around to remount on the other side of what would then just be a conventional 2-booth dinette. But what's neat about this, right now, you've still got a neat little couple's dining nook, but then you have all of this amazing conversational seating space during the day. If you want to kick down, take a daytime snooze, you want to kick your feet up over here, you can. If you want to stretch out, lounge out, take a nap over here, you can do that. This is an amazing napping lounge. Somebody once referred to it as a Victorian fainting lounge, and now that I've heard it, I can't unhear it. If you stay tuned to the end of the video, I am actually going to tack on about 6.5 extra minutes of footage showing you all of the features of the Wildwood Versa Lounge, but I don't want to muddy up our tour here. Let's keep on rolling with all the good news. One of the other things I love about this, all these windows are over here facing the door side of the RV. You're looking at your campsite, not the neighbors. And by the way, both recliners have a set of household outlets right next to them. So if you do want to pop in a USB adapter, phone charger, anything like that, you can do all that stuff here. And especially this triple slide model, which is going to be more park use, I think that makes all the sense in the world. There's a little panel up there on the opposing wall. If you look between those two awesome looking kitchen hanging lights, I just kind of tuned in on those. I like those. They're minimal, but they give some good impact. They really drop some light down onto that island in the middle of the room where you could really benefit from it. But there's a little spot up there for a little King Wi-Fi prep point. So if you do decide to install something like that, it's all pre-wired. It just slots right up into there. There's also little detail things Wildwood does that I love. Like they have from the factory a digital thermostat instead of a, just one where you're just kind of hoping and guessing as to what everything is set at. If you look on those RV forums all the time, like, what do I do as an RV newbie? What's one of the things I should be looking for? It's like one of the very first modifications everybody makes to a camper is swapping the thermostat out for a digital one. Now, with their wood color cabinetry versus their power outlets, it's very obvious to see where they have some good easy reach outlets in here. I didn't really mention it, like that is obviously an electric space heater, but you can see a little kind of shoe garage below that. But that sound bar right there, it is Bluetooth and it has HDMI inputs. So if you want to slot a little Blu-ray player up there on that sealed edge thermal foil countertop, which you find through the entire RV, whether it's the entertainment area, the kitchen, the dining, the bathroom, everything has that same nice, lightweight, but really water resistant because it's, seamed up and sealed countertop material type stuff going on. Now over here, if we take a little bit of a look, we've got ourselves some nice built-in kitchen storage. And I love that big viewing breeze-through window right there. But if we crack that open, you can see like good floor-to-ceiling dedicated pantry storage. And then down below, you've heard of Lazy Susie. Well, Lazy Susie took some Jenny Craig and maybe a Peloton spin class, and now we've got the Active Susie down here. So you've got drawers inside that door. So it gives you a nice clean look when everything's closed up, but you definitely still have good drawer space there and great countertop prep space in here. Wildwood was the first mainstream brand to standardize the use of those larger 10.7 cubic foot, 12 volt faster cooling compressor fridges. And if you do decide to travel, they're going to be super traveling friendly, but I think what you're going to enjoy is just faster cooling, and especially when the fridge like that is mounted in the slide out. If you're in a hot climate, that compressor fridge can keep up with the demands of a hot climate better than a passive absorption fridge. Now you see how they leave the ends open for just kind of decorations or open storage here, but if we open those doors, you see we've got ourselves some great storage down here below the island as well. Obviously above that you saw the dish drying rack, high-rise sprayer faucet. If you want to, here's a fun way to get divorced, guys. You take this off, you point it at your wife, and then you run for cover, because she gonna kill you. And don't forget, you'll see it in the Versa Lounge full demo tour. Make sure you catch that if you're really serious about this camper, because you have another 20.3 of cubic foot of storage space hidden below the Versa Lounge. Now, as we enter the bathroom here, pardon my footprints in that 30-inch by 36-inch shower with that radius bar at the top and that tracked shower curtain so it doesn't suck to you like a squid. I'm wearing boots right now. The good news is you won't see those footprints when you come pick up your Wildwood from Haylett RV, because cleaning the RV inside and out at no charge to you is something that we do on every new RV that we sell here. Now, there's some pretty decent legroom in here. I was very happy with that. And similarly, that 6'9" ceiling means that even wearing boots and a hat, I can stand in this shower without my head touching the ceiling and not putting my head in the bubble. By the way, the skylight's actually an optional piece of equipment that we add to our Wildwoods here at Haylett RV. Sliding inside the bedroom door, you see that you have a full medicine cabinet, not just a mirror glued to the wall. And you've got yourself some great linen storage space in here. I love this. This is so, so useful. They're doing a better job of that linen space in here than a lot of fifth wheels that I've seen. And this is really a fifth wheel comparable floor plan, remember. Same sealed edge countertops in here that we saw in the living room. And they opened up all the space they could below the sink to really maximize stuff. And I tell you what, that would be a nice spot for some toilet paper so that you could reach it if you run out. Because the last thing anybody wants to have to do is yell across the campground, "Honey, I'm out of TP." Now, so far, everything we've seen could just as easily have applied to the 27RE. It's when you get here, the 32RET, you see, has a full bed slide front closet that is washer, dryer, stackable, capable over there on the right-hand side. That is a huge, this is the defining quality between this one and the 27RE. Now, this bed, I was eyeballing it, and normally Wildwoods use 60 by 74 Camp Queens. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, that is not the normal bed they use. So I busted out the old tape measure, and I don't know how else to call it. It's somewhere, it's a custom queen, king, hybrid. It's in between them. It's 66 inches wide, still 74 long, but they obviously left you, more than enough room here to put a longer bed in. And that's what's neat about this. Look at all the space with that deep, deep bed slide we have to actually stand here, get dressed. This is awesome. Now, couple other details that usually when a more price conservative camper like a Wildwood in what I call smarter class camping gets into a big bed slide, I often see a lot of misses and oopses. And that's one of the things I was so pleasantly surprised about. In this bed slide, I saw they did everything right in here, I think. Like, we've got dual breeze through windows. Both of these side windows open for airflow, but obviously we got that shade to black the sun out. But look at the little shelves, little phone shelf, household and USB plugs on both sides built right into the headboard of this thing. That is the kind of attention to detail and execution I just didn't expect them to get so right the first time. Now, Wildwood is the single best-selling series of destination travel trailers out there. That's why we carry them, the Lodge and the Grand Lodge here at Haylett RV. And I think maybe that's where they drew some of that inspiration from. So they had their wits about them. Now, again, we talked about this briefly, but standard, this is a 13,500 BTU single air conditioner camper on 30 amp service. We have upgraded it. As you see it here today, these are all things that you can play with, mind you, especially if you're putting together a personal purchase. We have upgraded this one to a 15,000 BTU air in the main living room. Then we've added the second air conditioner and 50 amp service. So there's 3 air conditioning upgrades all in play on the RV that you're looking at today. But, a big space like this, I just can't imagine building it out another way. But, you want to talk big space, the size of the closet in this thing is amazing. It's cavernous. You get in here, you could have totes behind your clothes, kind of hidden away, some serious long-term storage behind that hanging space. And then over here, there's not a lot of conventionally constructed travel trailers that are stackable, capable, washer, dryer, prepped. And if you don't care about that, that is just additional massive storage capacity. Across from the bed, should you choose to add it, you got yourself a nice little TV hookup space. And another breeze window right there with more blackout shades. And again, sealed edge counters throughout the whole camper. Great little dresser space right there. But that's one of the other things I love about Wildwood. They stayed true to their Wildwood DNA. They've got that easy lift bed space on that plywood bed decking right there. You can see just, wide open. Full max tote storage space, long-term stuff. And then this thing acting like additional dresser space and the shoe garage below. But don't forget the fact that you also have all the storage in that Versa Lounge that you haven't seen yet. So I know I keep saying that, but once again, make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video so that you don't miss the thing. You're going to want to catch that if you're not familiar with it already. Now, I know one of the things you like from us here at Haylett RV is we also show RVs with the slides closed. And this is part of the reason why. Can you get into the bedroom with the slide closed? Yeah, the bed and the door kind of kiss a little bit in the middle, but you can sneak around it. If you had to, you could get up there, you could climb up front, you could get to that closet, you could get her packed up. And obviously, since there's nothing obstructing the hallway, the bathroom is just an absolute no-brainer. But beyond that, this is why I say this is really an RV best used at a destination, because it's a big triple slide trailer. It's long, it's heavier than most things. It's not something you want to be towing every single weekend. And as you see, if you want to do anything with it, you best be cracking some slides, folks. Now, one of the things that you can always depend on us for here at Haylett RV, is fair information. For instance, that's a very cool friction hinge anti-slam door. It is lacking a window in the door. I really would like to see even a light-based window in there. But at the same time, considering all the other good news going on, I can work around that. I can live with that, you know. And that's kind of what camper shopping is, finding out which RVs have the exact features you're looking for and which ones have the stuff that just drive you a little bit batty, you know. Extra large entry handle for easy come and go. And on that note, you also have, they've swapped over from the LCI stable step to a MORryde stable step, because this is the new easy adjust system, and I love this. This little tab you push in, you can retract the leg like I've done, and that is all it takes to give yourself superior campsite stability here. I also really like their TV hookups. They're right down here. The speakers are low. This is where you're going to probably have a picnic table. That is a very good, logical location for those. Also, as we're backing up, you'll see something over top of those panoramic windows and above the main entry door, and that is dual power awnings like you'd find on another big bad fifth wheel. And once again, one of the things you can always depend on Wildwood RV for is straightforward information. The front awning has lighting, the awning on the slide does not. And I believe that is really just a symptom of the fact that this is a very price-sensitive series of travel trailers. You're not looking at an $80,000 fifth wheel. There's little accommodations you make, but considering you could probably buy 2 or 3 of these for the cost of an equivalent layout in a luxury fifth wheel, I can deal with that. I could add an awning light, no sweat, and just be laughing all the way to the bank. You do have standard power tongue jack up front here, which is very handy. Also, nice battery disconnect. So this is a camper I think is going to be used a lot at seasonal sites. And when you leave your camper, you're going to want to flip that so that all the stuff doesn't eat your batteries alive. Because even if you are parked at a site all the time, it's still a good idea to have a battery on it. Now remember that washer dryer closet that we looked at. Because it goes from floor to ceiling, because it's stackable, capable, under the closet here, they are not able to offer a full normal pass-through compartment. That being said, it is still pretty big here. And they're still including, it's still a normal Wildwood. You're still getting all the Wildwood things like the little hex nut adapter for like a little 18-volt drill. So you can do a little bit of what we call the cordless jack system down there. Kind of pretend like you're a NASCAR pit crew driver. Remember, your seating slide and your bedroom slide have breeze windows on the side to get some great airflow going, and all the slides are slide awning prepped. So if that's something you want to add, that makes it a little bit easier for a service center like Wildwood RV. And when it's easier for us, that means less labor time, and that means less money out of your pocket, and that's always a good thing. Jumping back here, I do want to mention this does have a fully walkable roof. Sometimes when you don't see a ladder, you know, people kind of draw a incorrect conclusion based on, you know, good like assumptions looking at it, but this does have a fully walkable roof. We've got plywood floor decking. It's built the same as all the other Wildwoods. With this having that giant rear window on the back though, this is one of the Wildwoods that is not at all, even as a hidden option, rear ladder capable or aftermarket ladder capable. There's just nowhere to put it since the window's there. But this right here. So first of all, Wildwood stabilizer jacks are rated for more weight than most brands in this class. Very few people ever realize there's even different weight ratings on those. I really didn't know much about that until I worked in this industry, so I don't suspect you would. But that means that they have more stability. Then they factor on the strong arm stabilizer jack bar here, and that's a standard feature on a Wildwood. And on a big, long trailer like this, when people are moving around, it'll really do a lot of stability. It will put it right up, I pretty much put it right up against like an automatic leveling system. Now, this also has a fully enclosed, heated, what they call accessibelly. And that guy needs a new muffler for his truck. But, cool looking old Ford truck though. So the underbelly's forced air heated, it is enclosed, and God forbid you ever need service. Those are individual drop panels that can be pulled off and replaced with no signature that work was ever done to your RV. And it's faster and easier to do. So once again, another thing long-term that can save you money here. Backup camera ready, probably going to be less of a big deal on a trailer like this. It's mostly parked. We have outfitted this, you see, with a outside shower on the back. That is actually an optional piece of equipment on a full Wildwood like this one. And then once again, the recliner side windows, the Versa Lounge side windows, everything opening for airflow. And then we got those big, massive, awesome panoramic viewing windows right there that everybody's gonna love. Now, one other neat little thing here. I showed you with the shades down on the inside. And when you do that, look at the top of this window. You see that white strip? That's the back of the shade. Those shades have a white backer to help keep the sunshine out of this thing. That is one of the reasons that when you do draw those shades, you are straight going to be blocking the sun and really help not just privacy, but keeping the RV far, far easier to keep cool because you're just not going to let the sun turn this thing into a greenhouse. So thank you for joining us today, folks. Remember, and this is the last time I'll say it, stay tuned. In just a second, we're going to pop in that full Versa Lounge demonstration so you can see all of the functions of that, because it is an amazing seating setup. And short of that, we really, if you appreciate the information we gave here, we appreciate if you hit the subscribe button, and please call our family-owned and operated facility here. Our team would love to assist you, and it doesn't matter if you're near or far. These things are on wheels. We can deliver them, and getting shipped from a dealership like us that's close to the factory to even a long-term destination like California or whatever, you will find you can actually save money by having us send it to you versus having the factory send it from a local dealership. Sometimes things are just crazy the way they work out. So as always, take care, stay safe, have fun, and remember, we don't do hidden fees, everyone. So starting now, keep in mind that this is just generic footage to show you how the Versa Lounge works in all its different variations. Because we carry so many Wildwoods, and this is available in so many models, and it takes a lot of time to juggle between all these different formats to do my job properly, I thought I'd kind of record something a little more generic, and I think you can definitely get the idea. So first of all, in the super slides of Wildwoods, you see that they do have the blackout kind of roller shades. What is really nice is they have slide side breeze windows. I just have those covered up so that window all the way down there on the end will open for airflow, regardless of what configuration you have the seating in. So if you're looking at it right now, this is what I call traditional, where you've got yourself a U-dinette or a two-bench dinette, because there are variants of the Versa Lounge both ways, depending on the floor plan you're looking at, and then a sofa over here. And that is a very normal configuration. You don't, see a whole lot of variance there. But if you take note, that rear, the seat back closest to us on that U-dinette, it looks a little different. That's because it's removable. So if you don't want it there, it doesn't have to be there. And that's what's really cool about this thing. This is like phase 1 of about 5 of the Versa Lounge arrangements. You can just create this wide open kind of super dining lounger hybrid combo job. Now that's a very technical term, I understand if you need to back the footage up a little bit to pick up what I'm putting down right there, but you folks are tuned into Halo RV. I think you're pretty sharp. What's kind of cool about this is it kind of makes it easy to sort of slide over the table, slide over to the seating. There's really no like one way that you have to use this. It's just the way that works best for you and your family. Next, it folds down into one super slide, super seating sleeper setup. I know that's a lot of alliteration for one thing in RV, but you get the idea. Now, what I love about this is the Versa Lounge setup like this is found in all Super Slide, Wildwood, and X-Lights once again. Now, you tend to find a lot of bunkhouse models in those families, but they make quite a few couples campers too. So that means like a Super Slide rear living couples camper can convert down into being exceptionally guest friendly. And it's long enough that, like, I'm a tall person. If I had my head on the right hand side of the frame and then there was a second copy of me sleeping with my head against that far wall, we might touch toes, but hey, no big deal. And most of the time you curl up and you're a side sleeper, you could make that work for a night, for a weekend. So it's good for more than just kids. It's also like adult guest friendly. Or frankly, some people have really big kids and they need a little bit more than, just a conventional sleeper bunk setup. They need something longer. But one of the best and most unsung qualities of the Wildwood Versa Lounge is all of this huge tote storage space that you're looking at. This is, I believe it's 20.1 cubic foot of total tote storage. They're food safe containers, so if you want to put some crackers or Oreos or snacks for the kids in there, it's not going to be contaminated if the RV, gets hot while it's in storage. You could leave stuff in here if need be, especially if they're, like non-perishable kind of things, but even if they're perishable stuff, short-term kind of thing. You see that under the sofa, there's like a drop-down face that, flops down and you can pull those totes out. They're stackable. And frankly, guys, if you don't need them, don't use them. There's nothing that says they have to stay here. They're not bolted to the camper by any stretch of the imagination. And where they're really useful is especially in bunk models, because what you can kind of do is dedicate each tote to one of the people in the RV. Like, say, the kids. And what you can do, my daughter, Chloe, what I could say is, okay, Chloe, I want you to take this tote, go upstairs to your room. There's clothes laying on your bed. I want you to put all those clothes in this and then bring it back to me. And bang, the kid's packed. It's an easy way to help get the kids involved. It's also an easy way to help keep all the kids' toys and clutter and everything, under control. Now, under the rear dinette bench on U-dinette models, because remember, there are some just 2-bench dinettes, so this part of the video may not necessarily apply. Please keep that in mind. But they leave it wide open. And I like that because you could stuff more totes or duffel bags down there if you're so inclined, but I have long legs, and when I sit at something for a while, I tend to lean forward, and I like to curl my legs under me. Now, that's just me, but I looked at that and said, oh my gosh, I could actually be comfortable here, whereas, you know, a lot of dinettes just, they aren't comfortable for a bigger person like me, and I think I could really get along just fine on this one over here. But I think most of the time, this is how everyone's going to have this set up. At least most folks, not everybody. I tend to speak in absolutes. It's kind of a flaw that I have, because it gives us this extra large, stretch out, kick back, relax, cuddle up with the family napping lounge over here, whatever you want to call it. Somebody called it a fainting lounge on our YouTube channel. Is that a thing? Is that like a regional thing? Is that something from down south or out west that just this little Midwestern boy I don't know about? The fainting lounge, where you can just walk up and faint on this thing? I don't know. You get the idea. Anyway, I like the fact that I could just sit in the corner. I could stretch out. And on most models where you find the Versa Lounge, like this is a good example, it will actually help you face the entertainment center more organically and give you a more enjoyable experience overall. You know, there's so many good things. Like, I haven't even talked about the accent lighting over the slide that makes the whole RV look bigger. There's so many good parts about this. And what's cool is when it is in L lounge, fainting, napping, family cuddle mode, whatever you want to call it, you don't lose a dinette. And where I think this is perfect is if you do have kids or guests like this, if you're in a bunkhouse, you still have a little spot where you could sit down, make the kiddos a sandwich or, you know, Hot Pocket or whatever. You get the idea. Hot Pocket. And please don't sue me. You could still have a little spot there. They could play some little board games or something, card games in the corner. But you're still kind of right next to everybody. Everybody's still in the mix. And that's what camping's about for me. It's trying to get everybody together so that everyone has a good time. And I think this is a great way to do that. No matter your style of camping, no matter how many people are camping, this offers something for everybody. It's why I call it a Swiss Army sofa seat.